Hi, my name is Cynthia Hess. I'm the Executive Director of the African Educational Support Foundation. Most of my early school and my high school education was really boring, so I set about to graduate from high school when I was 15, and I did do that. After graduate school in immunogenetics, I worked as a substitute high school teacher in biology and chemistry, and it was then that I realized that I was not the only one who was bored, and that high school could be so much more than what it currently is. When I got offered a full-time teaching job in Salinas, California, I took it, and I remembered how much I had learned from traveling in college, like the project where we tackled kangaroos to study their reproductive cycles. And I wanted to give the students that I had the same types of opportunities. So we invented a club called Math Club. Really, it was called Math Club because we couldn't call it the Traveling Club, because that's way too appealing. So we basically did a lot of math by creating small businesses and by contracting ourselves to perform services in exchange for donations. The students and I raised $60,000 to $80,000 a year for 23 years. And when we collected all of our money, we traveled. Australia, New Zealand, Peru, Paris, Italy. One year we even drove across the southern part of Africa together. Pretty much wherever they wanted to go, I fought for their right to be able to do that. And I had a great school board who backed me. They supported my vision of how to impact students in a way that couldn't be done in a classroom. I was really fortunate to have their support, and what we did was pretty much unheard of. When they came back, as students came back year after year, their way they communicated and their goals and their whole ideas of everything around them had radically shifted. We were all stunned, but we realized it was working. They remade themselves in light of that opportunity. This is definitely my passion. So after I retired, I continued my own love of traveling by visiting Rwanda, post-genocide Rwanda. What a beautiful country. Clean, organized, and with the highest rate of school attendance of any country in Africa. Literally, I fell in love with the country, and I made tons of friends there. And as their needs became more apparent, my friends here in the States and I couldn't stop thinking about how much Rwanda had to offer us and how much we had to offer them, and how much we could all benefit by having closer contact with each other. There are reconciliation villages and the areas in the north in Virunga where gorillas live. It's just a gorgeous country with much to offer. Students from Rwanda speak three languages, Kenya-Rwandan, French, and English has been the official language since 2008, so there's a real need for face-to-face English conversational practice for high school students in Rwanda in order to ensure their success out of Rwanda as they begin to attend U.S. universities. Conversational speaking, knowledge of idioms, and cultural aspects of attending schools in the U.S. are only available to those who can afford it, and our passion is to assist those who can't afford it. So we've done all the groundwork to get a 14-week cross-cultural service learning project embedded semester in Rwanda. We've obtained sponsorship by a school district in California so that high school kids throughout the United States can participate in this experience. U.S. teachers will accompany us and teach courses to students who come with us from the United States. U.S. credit will be issued by our sponsoring district so that those kids can remain on track for graduation. Each student will take 3 courses, one of which will be teaching conversational English to Rwandan high school students. Things like idioms and the cultural aspect of our society are things that they only learn often once they arrive here, and then sometimes it's too late to fully catch up. For our students coming from the U.S., to have the experience of living in another country where they are both useful and exposed to new ideas and new ways of looking at problems, it's life-changing. The nonprofit that we formed around this idea, the African Education Support Foundation, has been working for 1.5 years to attend to the details of making this cross-cultural learning experience a reality. We're ready to go. We need some seed money to have our contracts reviewed by legal counsel, advertise and recruit students to fill out the first couple of sets of cohorts, and to develop our website and branding. There are some expenses that need to be paid up front, like liability insurance and some deposits, and additionally, we believe it would be helpful to send key people to visit the school site in Rwanda so they can attest to the country's safety, cleanliness, and stability. Simply put, since high school, I've wanted to change the face of education in a meaningful way. This is our chance. No more reading about what it's like to be immersed in another culture. It's time to do it. It's time to do it enough that it becomes the norm. We hope you will join us on this path to changing the world, one student at a time. Thank you.